Do you get upset when you're directing because an actor's not behaving properly or is not doing what you want?
Yeah, but I don't usually show it a whole lot. I'll find somebody, like I'll find a scapegoat like Bobby Carroll and somebody like that, and I'll just like kind of unleash everything on this guy that I know that can take it. Whereas somebody like, you know, somebody that I just met might quit, so I just go and.
But you don't lose your temper. When you say, this is not working, guys. Come on, we have to pull it out.
I have.
We got 3 weeks to go. What do you do when you get stuck, when the actors don't do what you want?
Occasionally, well, usually throwing a fit really doesn't help a whole lot. Occasionally you can. I mean, I've yelled at somebody so that you heard it 4 flights downstairs and outside. So that'll happen occasionally. When I lose it, I really lose it. But you know, I don't think anything's gained by that. And I think one of the things is that I think the atmosphere at Storm is one of the most positive and you know, whatever. And when all of a sudden yelling comes in a whole lot, you know, these people aren't making a lot of money. They don't need to be in a war zone.
Of course not.
So you know, for the most part, I'll try to swallow whatever anger I have, and like I say.
Then you go to the bar?
Yeah, and then I go to a bar, and then
man.
you know, and I do things like, you know.
Like what? We want to hear about it. Come on, that's what we want to hear, Peter.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is that because it gets frustrating when I see even films, I see moments. I said, oh, it's not a truthful moment, because to me, it's about truth. It's about truth, and you know, sometimes you get a little bit, this actor, that actor, he's not in. It's like, as director, I'm very, you know, I have a temper, like you can see, and I can be, you know, not upset, but you know, you have to be in the moment.
But you got to remember, it's not about you.
You damn right. You put me in my place. You see, I'm gonna shut up.
It's
now.
not about you.
No, of course not. But what are you doing? No, because it gets frustrating when I see, because some people are afraid to even not only raise their voices, but they're kind of like, she's a megastar. She's, you know, she's too good. Maybe she's not gonna take advice. She's not gonna take direction well. I mean, you never had a problem.
Yeah, I've had my problem. You try to figure it out. I mean, for the most part, you know, you just. I mean, I think over a course of time, if you actually know what you're doing, people will begin to understand that, and whatever fears that they have up will eventually begin to melt, and you'll be fine. You know, it takes some time. Yeah, I mean, there's always difficulties. There definitely is.
What's the obstacles that you run into when you're doing a production?
Just that I have too many things to do. I mean, that I have, you know, that I do a lot of the production work as well, and so there's just so many things to accomplish in a short period of time. You know, if somebody drops out of the cast, that's a major setback occasionally. You know, that's. I mean, for me, it's just, you know, perhaps not having enough time to get everything done is the only obstacle. But I mean, I think that the quality, if things don't get done, that's usually on the business side. It's never on the artistic side. That for the most part, I mean, the quality of the work is always there. And we, you know, for the most part, I would say that, I mean, nobody takes on consistently more difficult material than Storm Theater does. You know, as from the play that Noon Divide, which you just read, which is going to be absolutely spectacularly beautiful.
Okay.
But
I'm taking your word, Peter.
Yeah, it'll be there.
Okay.
And so just keep on truth and beauty. That's all you go for.
Acting is a religion. Yes or no? It's a way of life. It's a craft.
I would say it's a way of life.
It's a way of life. It's not your religion. It's not your God. Acting is my life, man. I'm not bragging. I'm just making that clear for the record that I just love acting. I love actors. I love directors. I love playwrights. I love producers. I love them all. Why we cannot work as a team? Like, why we cannot have all these actors and agents and producers collaborating together so we can help each other more?
It's all about faith. It's all about faith, because when you act, when everybody's looking out for themselves, that means that they don't have faith that things can work out unless they're 100% for themselves. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, if you have faith, then you can do the right thing as opposed to the safe thing.
Right. Because it's not beautiful to see the actor that you're working with and you say, oh my gosh, she can be great for a film. He can be great for this. He can be great for that. It's like working as a team.
Well, when I meet somebody, I'm already thinking 4 shows into them. Like when I meet somebody and I like them, and like they could be right for this, they'd be right for this, they'd be right for this.
You have a good eye.
I would, you know, upon finding an actor that I liked, I would already have 4 shows, you know, in my mind of potentially they'd be right for this.
What when you go to let me think. Now you make me think. I like that, Peter. You're good. You're good. You're making me think now. Okay. Let's go back. When you're done with the rehearsal, you go home. What do you like to do? You like to be connected to your work, or you like to say, okay, this is enough?
Well, I don't
wanna
actually
be-
go home. I go to the bar first,
Oh, Lord.
and then
You go to the bar, and you're honest. Honest
Yeah.
is the best policy. You go to a bar for a few hours,
right.
and then
I
you
and
go
I bring
home
about 15 people with me.
I know, because I've
And
been
so-
calling, when I call Charles and I hear a noise, I say, oh man, he's in the bar having fun with those guys. I went twice. You were guys were having a ball right there. I remember that. But
Yeah.
when you go home, do you think much about the work? Or you don't? Or you just let it be?
I think if I'm thinking, there's a bad thinking about it too much and a good thinking about it too much. You know what I mean? There's that kind of obsessing, am I doing everything right? Am I doing anything? That's kind of bad. Every now and then the play will just be in you. But I think what's oftentimes best is to just let it go, and then bam, something will come out of you. You know, you'll like that thing that you were looking for, you got it.
Because even writers, like Hemingway said that he would stop writing completely.
Yeah, he would write 4 hours a day.
And stop writing, but like for months. And then things will come to you. He
So
said.
yeah,
You don't think that works?
I mean,
in
for
theater?
me, I mean, once I'm in the thing, once I'm in the groove, sometimes things take over me. Not so much when I'm in rehearsal. I'm a little more disciplined about letting go. But when I'm not in rehearsal, it's sometimes this next production that I have to do will be completely taking over me.
So your biggest passion is a theater, acting. Women. Are you married? I'm
No,
trying
I'm
to
not
pick you
married.
up, though.
I'm not married.
You're not married. You're
No.
single.
Yes.
Happy?
Yes. Relatively, yeah.
Oh, happiness is so hard to get. What makes you happy?
Well, I mean, my theater makes me happy. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, making beautiful things makes me happy.
like
That's the
a
thing. It's like, you know, it's, yeah. I mean, it's.
What kind of movies you like to watch when you go home?
Oh well, old movies.
Old movies?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of 30s, 40s.
Your favorite movie star all time?
Wow, favorite movie star of all time. Hard to say. I mean, so many. Jimmy Stewart, Ronald
Stewart.
Coleman, Cary Grant, Humphrey Bogart, all of them. I mean,
What about the new actors?
new
Sam
act.
Rockwell is a pretty good actor. Oh,
You know-
Conviction, a film that you guys gotta go and see. Conviction, the true story. Sam Rockwell and Hilary Swank. I cut you off again.
No, it's
I
okay.
have to learn my job. Actors like Sam Rockwell or I don't know, Edward Norton. Edward Norton.
Yeah. The person I think is a genius is Hugh Grant, actually.
Hugh Grant?
Yeah, I think he's a genius.
Is he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
He's so good you don't see how good he is.
Oh, come on, this is
I mean,
tricky.
comedy is the hardest thing in the world to
It
do.
is. We got 2 minutes to go.
And he does it as brilliantly as I've ever seen anybody.
That kind of throws me off right there.
No, he's so good. He's unbelievable how good he is. He has all this character work. Most people don't know it. He's done brilliant character work. They're smaller films, though.
I love it in Sense and Sensibility,
He's great in that.
right? Mm-hmm. I love that. I love
He's great
Jane
in
Austen.
very, very many things. I mean,
Notting Hill
He's great in that. Or what's the one?
with the Morgans with Sarah Jessica
Oh no,
Parker.
no, that's terrible.
Oh God.
That's really bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
The
That
one,
was bad.
the one with the, you know, what is it? Is it Renee Zellweger? Is that like?
Oh, Bridget Jones'
yeah,
Diaries.
she's great.
I love
great
that
in that
movie.
one, and About a Boy is like my favorite movie of the last like 10 years. So.
Okay, best director. Your biggest director,
Oh, John Ford.
John Ford,
Yeah.
and you, Peter Dobbins.
Well, I don't put myself in the Ford category yet, but someday.
Well, no, you worked really hard, and that shows. And you love the craft, you love the work,
Thank you.
you love your acting, you love your company. So you're
I
good at
do.
what you do.
I do.
What's the biggest lesson that you ever learned? We got 1 minute to go.
The biggest lesson I ever learned.
Look, we're showing your leg. Oh, until now I notice it.
Yeah.
Huh, very tricky. Very nice, Peter Dobbins. Just
Uh,
the biggest lesson you had learned. We have 1 minute to go,
The
right?
biggest lesson that I have learned.
Oh, the start tickets. We get to that. The biggest lesson.
The biggest lesson I've ever learned. There you go.
I'm not gonna let you escape. You're gonna give me that answer. You're not going home. You stay right here in
okay.
this couch. Oh, we're done. I can't believe it that we're done. This is so painful. Why? Why, Peter? Why?